What would you do if tomorrow your world was suddenly turned upside down by the worst pandemic in history? Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor, once witnessed firsthand this exact devastating scenario, but he did not panic. So, how could someone living nearly 2,000 years ago, without modern medicine or technology, stay calmer than many of us today? Welcome to Wisdom Daily. Today, we will explore 6 powerful Stoicism secrets from Marcus Aurelius, the renowned author of the classic philosophical book Meditations, that he used to overcome the Antonine Plague and maintain his inner calm. You, too, can apply these timeless lessons to reduce anxiety and stress in your own life, especially during the current pandemic we are facing. Let's begin. Lesson 1. Understand that life is a repetition. Have you ever felt like every problem you are facing is unique and has no way out? If the answer is yes, you are not alone. But pause for a moment and try looking further back into history. Marcus Aurelius, famous Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, reminded us in his classic work, Meditations. Everything happening right now has happened before. All things are merely history repeating itself. Indeed, over 800 years ago, Aurelius faced the Antonine Plague, devastating pandemic that killed millions and shook the entire Roman Empire. In the face of this crisis, people panicked and authorities were confused, but Marcus Aurelius refused to be drawn into the spiral of negativity. Instead of giving in to fear, he stayed calm and acted decisively. His secret was simple yet powerful. He recognized every crisis as an unavoidable part of the historical cycle. Think about this in the context of the COVID-19 pandemic we are experiencing today. Is anything truly new happening now? Perhaps the virus and circumstances may be new, but the fear, uncertainty, and challenges we face are all things humanity has encountered and overcome countless times throughout history. From the Spanish flu of 1918 to the SARS outbreak in 2003, each time humanity found ways to adapt and move forward. So why do we still panic and feel anxious during difficult times? It is because we forget a crucial lesson from Stoicism: history is the greatest teacher. Once we realize that what we are going through is neither unique nor unprecedented, we begin to lift the invisible burden of anxiety. A clear example is the financial crisis of 2008 in America, where millions of people lost their homes and jobs. At that time, many thought American society would never fully recover. Yet, within just a few years, things started stabilizing, the economy rebounded, and millions found new jobs. Life gradually returned to normal. Therefore, when you lose your job or worry about the future, remember that you are neither the first nor the last to face such a challenge. History has proven that humans possess remarkable resilience. By fully understanding this lesson, we can change our approach to challenges. Accepting the reality that life inevitably has ups and downs will help you remain calm whenever difficulties arise. You can then face your problems with clarity, make wiser decisions, and find the best solutions. So, how can you apply this lesson practically to your life today? Whenever anxiety strikes, remind yourself, this has happened before, and I can absolutely overcome it. However, Stoicism does more than help you gain historical perspective and remain calm during crises. It also helps you overcome the fear arising from the opinions of others. And that is precisely the second secret to reducing anxiety, according to Stoic philosophy, which I will share with you next. Lesson 2. Stop worrying about other people's opinions. Have you ever felt the pressure to live up to other people's expectations, or worried about being judged or rejected? In fact, one of the greatest sources of anxiety in life is our dependence on what others think or say about us. Marcus Aurelius recognized this nearly 2 millennia ago. In his famous work, Meditations, he wrote a sentence that has profoundly changed many people's perspectives. We love ourselves more than anyone else. Yet strangely, we value others' opinions about us more than our own. Take a moment to reflect on your own life. How many times have you given up an opportunity or a dream simply because you feared what someone else might say? Perhaps you refused a job you genuinely loved just because you were worried your parents or friends might be disappointed. Or maybe you've hesitated to speak up in a meeting, fearing others would think you're incompetent. In today's society, especially here in America, social media has amplified this problem dramatically. In a 2021 Pew Research survey, over 69% of American social media users admitted feeling anxious and insecure about posting online simply due to the fear of negative comments or judgment from others. Unintentionally, this causes us to lose our authenticity and inherent confidence. Marcus Aurelius advises us clearly, other people's opinions are never within our control. We cannot possibly please everyone. Imagine even a powerful emperor like Marcus Aurelius faced criticism and judgment. If he couldn't avoid it, who among us possibly could? Therefore, the important thing isn't trying to stop people from judging us, but rather to stop ourselves from worrying about their judgments. Only when you free yourself from the burden of others' opinions will you truly find freedom and happiness. A great example to illustrate this is Steve Jobs, the iconic founder of Apple. Jobs was once forced out of the very company he created because others judged him as unsuitable. Instead of becoming anxious about these judgments, Jobs continued to innovate and eventually returned stronger, transforming Apple into one of the greatest brands in the world. Steve Jobs deeply understood Marcus Aurelius's lesson. Other people's opinions can only hurt you when you give them permission to do so. So, what can you do right now to stop depending on others' opinions? Begin by asking yourself daily, is what I am doing genuinely important to me, or am I doing it simply to gain approval from others? Regularly practicing this self-reflection will gradually free you from invisible pressures, allowing you to live a life that is freer, lighter, and much less anxious. But there is another critical step you must take to fully control your anxiety, proactively removing unnecessary negative information. This is precisely the third Stoicism lesson I am about to reveal to you next. Lesson 3. Filter information and eliminate the noise. Have you ever felt exhausted from being constantly flooded by negative information every day? News about wars, economic crises, pandemics, or endless social media arguments, all these contribute to your feelings of unease and anxiety. The truth is, we live in a world overwhelmed by such noise, and it's silently affecting our mental health negatively. Marcus Aurelius warned about this long ago. In Meditations, he advises us to carefully choose what our minds consume, writing, "You have the right not to pay attention to the things that cause you anxiety, for you alone decide your thoughts." This advice is especially relevant in our digital age. Recent research from Harvard University shows that excessive exposure to negative news can lead to chronic stress, keeping our brains in a constant state of anxiety and alertness. You might not immediately realize it, but every negative headline or social media post you consume daily contributes to your mental fatigue and emotional exhaustion. To better understand this, imagine yourself standing in the middle of a crowded room filled with hundreds of people talking at once. Could you clearly focus or pay attention to anything? Certainly not. Similarly, when your mind is overwhelmed by negative noise, you lose the clarity and objectivity needed to handle life's truly important matters. So, how can you overcome this? It's simpler than you might think. Actively limit and filter the information you absorb daily. You don't need to be aware of every event in the world to feel secure. Instead, set clear guidelines for yourself. For example, limit your news-checking sessions to twice per day, no longer than 10 minutes each time, or choose just a few reliable and positive sources to follow regularly. A great example comes from the well-known American actor Matthew McConaughey. He once shared that, instead of immediately checking his phone and reading the news every morning, he dedicates the first 20 minutes of his day to reading positive books or meditating. McConaughey found that avoiding negative information at the start of his day significantly improved his mood and filled him with positivity and energy. As you can see, even small adjustments like these can greatly increase your peace of mind. Marcus Aurelius would certainly agree. When you consciously filter your information, you not only reduce unnecessary anxiety, but you also create more room to enjoy positive and practical aspects of life. However, Stoicism doesn't just stop at filtering out negativity. To truly master your mind and life, you must practice mindfulness. This is the fourth Stoic secret that I will share with you next. Lesson 4. Practice mindfulness. Have you ever found your mind constantly wandering, unable to focus on what's happening right now? In fact, one of the primary causes of anxiety is our tendency to obsess over an uncertain future or dwell on the past. Marcus Aurelius emphasized this clearly in Meditations. Do not allow your mind to be dragged in every direction. Stop now and fully live in this very moment. This is the essence of mindfulness, a highly effective method that Stoicism recommends to reduce anxiety and regain balance in your life. Mindfulness simply means the practice of focusing your attention fully on the present moment, accepting your current emotions, and observing them without judgment. A vivid example you can relate to is Oprah Winfrey, the famous American media personality. Oprah once shared that when work pressures and anxiety about the future became overwhelming, she turned to meditation and mindfulness as a lifeline. Every morning, Oprah dedicates at least 20 minutes to meditation, completely focusing on her breathing and her present sensations. The result was remarkable. Her mind became clearer, her anxiety significantly diminished, and she felt happier and stronger when confronting daily challenges. Similarly, you can begin incorporating mindfulness into your everyday life right now. Start with simple practices. For instance, whenever you feel stressed, pause for just 1 minute, close your eyes, and take slow, deep breaths. Don't attempt to push away negative emotions. Just acknowledge their presence, then gently bring your focus back to the present. You can also practice mindfulness during routine activities. When having dinner, instead of scrolling through your phone, genuinely savor the taste of your food. While walking, pay attention to each step, notice the feeling under your feet, and listen to the surrounding sounds. You'll be surprised to discover that by simply staying present, anxieties about the future naturally fade away. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "True life exists only in the present moment. The past is gone, the future hasn't arrived yet, so why let your mind wander through times that don't truly exist?" When you consistently practice mindfulness each day, not only does your mind become calmer, but you also gain greater clarity and efficiency in handling life's practical challenges. However, focusing your mind on the present isn't the only way Stoicism helps you overcome anxiety. There is another powerful secret taking practical actions in the present moment, which I will share with you in the upcoming 5th lesson. Lesson 5. Take advantage of the present and act practically. Do you often find yourself anxious because you're constantly waiting for distant results or big goals you haven't achieved yet? In reality, much of our anxiety comes from thinking too far into the future and neglecting actions we can take right now. Marcus Aurelius offers profound advice about this in his book, Meditations. Do not waste your time thinking about what you want in the future. Instead, focus on the small things you can do right now. Perhaps you've been in this situation. You want to lose weight and get in shape, but you constantly worry about whether you'll actually reach your goal. You set expectations so high that you fear failing and ultimately end up procrastinating. Marcus Aurelius would advise you to stop fixating on distant outcomes. Instead, simply focus on small, immediate actions like walking for 10 minutes, having a healthy meal, or drinking enough water today. These small, practical steps help you reduce anxiety and gradually bring you closer to your larger goals. A remarkable story illustrating this comes from legendary American swimmer Michael Phelps. When asked about his extraordinary success-winning 23 Olympic gold medals, Phelps explained he never worried too much about the future. Instead, he concentrated solely on each practice session, each stroke, and each breath. Performing these small daily actions excellently enabled Phelps to achieve immense goals without feeling overwhelmed or anxious. So, how can you apply this principle in your daily life? It's straightforward. Start by writing down a few small, achievable actions you can complete today. If you want to improve your financial situation, don't stress about whether you'll eventually afford a house instead. Begin by saving just a few dollars every day. If you aim to advance your career, instead of worrying about when you'll get a promotion, focus on doing a single small task exceptionally well today. Marcus Aurelius believed that by fully utilizing the present moment and taking daily action, you become more proactive and powerful, and, most importantly, you'll reduce anxiety about future events you cannot control. Yet, Stoicism offers another critical secret to overcoming anxiety: shifting your focus outward and helping others. Not only does this make your life more meaningful, but it's also one of the most powerful ways to escape unnecessary worries. This sixth and final lesson is coming up next. Lesson 6. Overcome anxiety by helping others. Have you ever noticed that the more you focus solely on yourself and your personal worries, the more anxious and unsettled you become? Stoicism offers a powerful solution to this problem. Direct your attention outward by actively helping and supporting others. Marcus Aurelius believed deeply that everyone is born with a fundamental responsibility to their community and those around them. He once wrote, "We were born to help each other, just as the hands and feet cooperate to allow the body to function harmoniously." Research from Yale University has confirmed this truth, showing that helping others not only brings joy and happiness to the recipients, but also significantly reduces anxiety and increases inner peace for those providing the help. When you care for someone or do something kind, your brain releases positive chemicals that reduce stress and enhance feelings of happiness. Think back to the last time you helped someone, even in a small way. Maybe assisting an elderly person cross the street, donating food to the homeless in your community, or simply calling a friend who was struggling. In those moments, your worries seemed to vanish, didn't they? When you are busy caring about others, your mind has no space left for meaningless fears or anxieties. A truly inspiring example comes from beloved American actor Keanu Reeves. Reeves is well known not just for his acting talents, but also for his genuine compassion toward others. He frequently donates quietly to charities, gives millions to those in need, and personally spends time helping homeless people in Los Angeles. When asked about his motivation, he simply replied, "When I help others, I find peace." So, what practical actions can you take today to apply this valuable lesson in your own life? Start with small steps around you. Volunteer in your local community, assist a colleague with their workload, or simply call a friend who needs support. These small actions will help ease your anxieties and worries, making your life more meaningful and enjoyable. This is perhaps the most powerful message Marcus Aurelius and Stoicism have for us. Live kindly and always care deeply about your community and the people around you. We've just explored 6 powerful Stoicism secrets from Marcus Aurelius that can help reduce anxiety and restore calmness in your life. Always remember that. Every difficulty is just history repeating itself. Stop worrying excessively about others' opinions. Filter out negative information and unnecessary noise. Practice mindfulness to stay grounded in the present. Focus on small, practical actions you can take daily. Most importantly, help others to overcome your own anxieties. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Happiness and peace do not come from external circumstances. They are always within our own choices." My friend, the choice is now yours. How will you apply these Stoicism lessons in your daily life? If you found this video valuable, please subscribe to Wisdom Daily today for more insights on Stoicism and practical wisdom to improve your life every day. And please share in the comments below which one of these 6 secrets resonated most deeply with you, or perhaps what is currently causing you the most anxiety. I genuinely look forward to hearing your thoughts as we build a positive and strong community together. Finally, always remember, you are stronger than you realize, and true peace always lies within you. Thank you for watching Wisdom Daily. See you in the next video.